Yes, indeed. Welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. So today's date is Saturday, the 3rd of July 2021. Let's begin. Rock and roll. Here we go. Right, so starting from left to right, we've got Coin, Bcrash, Bitcoin, which is BSV, which is the original protocol, which makes it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin. And then we've got Anne-Marie's Elementary Cash, Fisher Price Cash on the end there. What a joke that is. So before we start, we'll just have a quick word with Peter McCormack and let him explain why we call BTC Coin.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Exactly. That's why we call it Coin, because it's nothing like Bitcoin. It's not a peer-to-peer electronic cash system as Satoshi Nakamoto designed. It doesn't follow the protocol anymore. It's nothing like it.
It's a completely different project.
Exactly, just like I was saying, it's nothing like Bitcoin. The signatures have been segregated, turning it from a commodity to a security, which means it has no value of money, which means it therefore has no fundamental value at all. It's utterly worthless.
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Not to you it doesn't, because Coin has got nothing to do with Bitcoin.
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Which he would never want to do. And even if he did, he would be driven out by pitchforks, just like Gavin Andresen was, because Coin is controlled by Blockstream, and Blockstream simply do not want Bitcoin to succeed as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, because they are funded by institutions with suspiciously close links to the Federal Reserve. Go figure.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What, like it wasn't before? Did you even bother to read the white paper, Pete? Good grief. Let's have that one more time.
Project Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that? Because it didn't sound like it to me. And Roger, tell us about your Bcrash project.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, Roger, you buffoon. And what do you say to all those multinational companies who say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct billions, if not trillions of dollars of global trade on an annual basis?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, like that's going to work. And now we're on Bitcoin, so we'll just have a quick word with the creator, Dr. Craig S. Wright, just telling us very briefly, his motivation for Bitcoin, and telling what he wants from Bitcoin, in terms of its value, which is reflected in its price.
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Love it. Love it. I will gladly stick my foot in to help it along. So we've got hash rate 0.5%. Now we know it's 1.4, but look at this. Transactions 48.2%, absolutely smashing it. And block size is 67.06%. Loving that too. So let's have a look at these block sizes, but before we do that, we'll just have a quick chat with Michael Saylor, because I love his enthusiasm, telling us what we should be looking out for. So Michael, tell us, what is it we're looking for in Bitcoin?
Big blocks.
Yeah, what size?
$100 million chunks.
Nice. Whereabouts?
On the blockchain.
I thought so. Let's have a look at these big blocks then, shall we? So let's see. So we've got the megabytes on Bitcoin: 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 4, 6, 5, 1, 3, 1, 2, 7, 1, 11, 7. Oh, sort of relatively humble blocks today from Bitcoin, but compared to all these other chains, absolutely smashing it. So Anne-Marie literally struggling to get over a kilobyte in all of his block size. What a joke that is. See how many blocks we've got over a megabyte on Bcrash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that it? 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks. Oh my goodness me. And do Coolcoin have all their puny 1 megabyte blocks filled? Yes, they do. Never mind. Alright, here we go. Hash rate. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Shout out to Keith Fellows and KP Dad in that chat box. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me this afternoon even. Proof of work by network, Coolcoin, Bcrash, and Elementary Cash will just simply fall into their own footprint because that's what Ponzi schemes do when they crash overnight, because that's what they are. Come on, CoinDance. Come on. Stay with me now. Bcrash, Bitcoin hash rate. Who cares? Bcrash, Bitcoin, proof of work. Who cares? So it is currently 30,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than any other coin on the network. What is this? What is this? It is currently 38.5% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin than Bitcoin. That's huge. That's huge. That's the competition for Bitcoin, because it's easier to mine on Coolcoin. Something must be going on there. Looking forward to having a look at these pie charts at the lower end of the screen then to see that. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's have a look at this proportionally. Oh, come on. Come on, CoinDance. Don't do this to me. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Surely. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Let's load this bad boy. There we go. Still absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Transactions by network. Yeah, look at that. Bitcoin on a roll. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning. Fees in the block. This is fees in the block, not transaction fees. So Bcrash got a big problem there. Same with SirToshi's fees. Same with block reward ratio. Again, this is a block reward ratio to fees in the block itself. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. So look at that. Bitcoin now with a chain size of 398 gigabytes in comparison to just 359. So let's have a look at that on the actual block size. Come on. Come on, CoinDance. Let's have a 43 gigabytes in front. Amazing. Amazing. Loving that. Let's close all these then. Well, there we go. That's Bitcoin for you. So let's just have a, while we're looking at this, a quick word with Craig about our expectations of what we're expected to see in the future with regard to Bitcoin.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
Almost the entire chain in one block.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Lovely.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Beautiful. And the rest of it?
That we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives.
Which is a market cap of between 800 trillion and $1 quadrillion.
All complex trades. That means high frequency trading.
That means literally nanosecond transaction payments and transfers.
It means everything that happens globally.
It does indeed. The world's first ever commercial internet. It is phenomenal. Let's have a look at global hash rate 7 days. Yeah. Global hash rate 24 hours. Should look similar to Coolcoin there. So Binance turning up on Coolcoin for whatever reason via BTC taking the lead and Mac Daddy. So Bcrash. Oh, look at that Binance. Look at that's hilarious. Binance macking it hard on Bcrash. Look, they're just absolutely clueless. No clue whatsoever. But let's see what's going on Bitcoin. Look at this. So it's still 38% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin, but Tau is 67.3% of the hash rate on the only protocol with any fundamental value. Hathor on there, look, I mean, they're desperately trying to squeeze via BTC off the chain. You know, Terranode will be implemented soon because we're already at the end of, beginning of July, which is great. Good to see SV Pool in there with 3.4% of the hash rate. Loving that. BTC.com being squeezed. All right, loving that. Elementary Cash, what a joke. But yeah, look at this. So the reason we're squeezing these shitcoin enterprises off the chain is because the only thing they understand is price manipulation, and that's all they're trying to do by suppressing the price, because they just don't understand Bitcoin. Absolute fools. So let's have a look at the short positions. There we go. Thank you, Bitfinex. It's about time. 89% at the beginning of the month, and we're now at 92% short positions on Bitcoin. What a joke. And let's have a look at Core Coin. Here we go. So we started our short positions, just 2.7, and we're now at 4.7. Look at that, 4.7 short positions has effectively doubled in a month. Cracks starting to appear. That's all I can say, and I want to say on that one. So let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Here we go. So for any newbies watching the show, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen that are currently frozen are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. These are the mining nodes. Once a transaction is broadcast and recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, and they are picked up by the mining nodes on the network instantly, because Bitcoin is an ultra small world mandala style shaped network. This basically means that as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to zero, making it an ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It also means that the network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks. It is a phenomenal system. A phenomenal system. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. So once the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, place the block on the blockchain, which is when they are rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So on this 48 megabyte block here, we can see in the highlighted rectangular box below that, we can see the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees in the block. In that block, it was $39.35. And we should just let Laura Shin explain the significance of that after we look at charts to see if there are any more movers and shakers. No, that's all right. Always worth checking. Right then, Laura Shin, here we go. Rock and roll. Take the floor, Laura Shin, and explain it all to us.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, they won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's limited to 1 megabyte, which only allows for between sort of 4.6 and 7 if all the stars in the universe align transactions per second. Do you honestly think 7 transactions a second are going to economically sustain all of this lot? When you look at the size, you realize just how ridiculous BTC is. Honestly, cool coin, what a joke. And let's have a look at BitInfo charts. Look at this. So look at this. This is going up. This is really exciting. You know, I mean, look at that. So we've seen this at like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and now we're at 14.3. 14.3% of the transactions on the overall shitcoin market. That is massive. That is massive. You know, it's really motoring. It's really motoring. Loving that. Loving that. That's a surprise statistic today. So it's going up almost on a weekly basis. Loving that. So let's have a look at XRP because that's like second of the overall transactions on the network. But we know they're fundamentally worthless, and we'll just let the CTO of Ripple explain just that.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply? It doesn't really sound very fair to me.
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
Remind me to look up the economic theory of being up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Brilliant, David. One more time.
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
And Ethereum, knowing that it couldn't scale.
It scales somewhat.
It hardly scales at all.
Plans or initial we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Let's have a look at transactions. 24 hours. Always worth keeping a look on this one. Yeah, look at that. Bitcoin in the purple. Transactions going up. Good, good. Scaling test network. Yeah, all right. Just keep an eye on those figures there. Is it still relevant? Yeah. Still relevant. Still relevant. And Terranode, take the floor. Steve Shadows.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Amazing. And the disclaimer?
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
And the timeline?
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
Amazing.
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve Morlike. Absolutely amazing. Trends.cash, TDX, PAP, absolutely macking it. Absolutely macking it. Apps ranking by performed actions though. Look, Run is on there. Crypto Fights 31, they're moving up. Still Router SV, and again all these like unknown ones testing the network. Loving that. Crypto Quant, yeah, look, they've been cashing out of their BTC reserves because they know it's absolutely fundamentally worthless. Their cashing out has been countered by the constant printing of Tether, which has caused a, from the liquidity squeeze, caused a spike in the price and a massive bubble. Oh dear. What's on chain? Good question. What is on chain? Estimated next block size 22 megabytes. Look at the transactions coming in. Memory pool usage 36 megabytes. Lovely. Joe's Mill. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like, basically. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is a swimming pool like BTC. And let's have a look at the result of purposely restricting the block size and all the transactions on the network itself. But before we do that, we'll just have a quick word with Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, to get his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. So Corecoin has got a median fee of $4.51. So remember to add that on top of your cup of coffee. What a joke. And Vitalik Ethereum transfer fee 94 cents. What do you say to that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, it is really. So what do you call 93 cents a transaction? Care to explain? No, I didn't think so. Huh. And look at the problems that fiat currency has faced here. What do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
Oh dear, it's not looking good. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it? CoinGecko, feeling good, 63%, and $147 per coin at the moment. Let's have a look at BitPing on the money flow flowing through the nodes. Money flow per hour, 72 cents. This is the calculation of money flowing through the BitPing nodes per hour. And the nodes are monitoring the uptime of all the other networks because the Bitcoin network never goes down. Amazing, amazing. Morning run, whoa, $12,000 24-hour turnover. That's not good. Stay away from this, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. But look at this. So this is the, is that right? Yeah, this is the genuine Bitcoin. Look, so they've actually got the supply, 18,777,051. Market cap, 2.7 billion. 24-hour trade volume, 14 million. Price, $148. Transaction count, not sure what that is. But look at this. Purchases. So we can actually see here, look. So it looks like 410,526 purchases of Bitcoin have happened over 24 hours. That's fascinating. So it actually gives us an idea of the number of purchases. Sort of like the size of the market. And that's fascinating. Never saw that before. So almost 500,000 purchases in 24 hours. Interesting. What's this analysis thing? Okay, right, go. So the white paper, lovely jubbly. Stay away from the rest of these coins, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Let's have a look at the depth chart then. So yeah, $147. So we've got 4.6 million asks versus 7.1 million bids. Oh, prices moving up. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus US dollar. Oh, liking that. Yeah. More green than red. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's have a look at Corecoin. There we go. Oh, that's in the green as well. That's had an uptick. Never mind, Ignorance is bliss when it comes to Corecoin. Dear, oh dear. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Corecoin. There we go. Oh, sort of holding its own. That will depeg, sooner or later. We know, yes indeed. And let's have a look at CoinCrap. So we've got Corecoin up 3.8%. Let's have a look at these ridiculous coins on the way down. Dogecoin still at 6th. Jeepers. A $32 billion market cap. Are you effing kidding me? XRP, what a joke that is. It's just like, it's not even, it's a proof of concept at the moment. What a joke, Absolute crap. Solana, proof of history, what a joke that is. Litecoin, Total exit scam. Chainlink, like a token on Ethereum. Oh my god, honestly, this is the kind of level of mentality that we're dealing with. Tron, Monero, Shiba Inu. Oh my god. A $3.3 billion market cap on that absolute piece of utter garbage. But you know, just goes to show you, those in the know who know. You know, best get building relations with people in the genuine Bitcoin space now, because it's coming, people. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at YouTube. Oh, nearly on 580. Lovely. Alrighty, and let's have a look at Streamanity. Hey, made over $1 on Patrick Thompson's video. Excellent. $1 on the Lebanon financial crisis, and 6 cents on Jimmy and the Bitcoin print so far. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed those. 290 followers. And Twitch, so earn $103 on Twitch. Try earning that on Twitter. And let's have a look at Twitch statistics. Here we go. Acorn stack. So 31 new users in the last 24 hours. Still moving in the right direction. 422 followers for me. And let's have a look at Ruthie's tweet quickly. So 965, there we go, 966. And we'll have check out our man Satoshi. How's he doing? 79.6. Oh, you know, going back up to 80, but then I'm sure Twitter will take his followers away yet again. And let's have a look at stablecoin printer. Any excessive tether printing going on? Binance USD, what a joke. More Binance. Oh, Binance USD, top 3. Good grief. Oh my god. Well, yeah, no tether though. Signs are telling. Right then, peeps, look like we're up to date with the figures. Shout out to Keith Fellows, KP Dads, and Reform Too Many Coiner. All right, nice one. Right, people, we are now up to date with the figures. Hope you enjoyed the show. 30 minutes spot on. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.